Congressman Larson, if you talk a little bit about sort of your experiences in fundraising and how that plays out. Obviously, the conversations with your colleagues are important there as well.
Well, thank you, Winnie, and it's great to be here with Dick Durbin, and who has been a leader on this issue. John Tierney in the House, who's also been a great leader. Chellie Pingree, a newcomer who's got a great story. Especially her daughter, Hannah, who is now Speaker of the House in Maine under their clean election laws legislation. And our experience has been, quite frankly, the whole process, because, as Dick well points out, the necessity to raise money is corrosive. It's not corrupt because everything is legal. And yet, what happens with so many of our members, we call it dialing for dollars. They spend an inordinate amount of time. If you're elected to the House of Representatives, the moment that you're sworn in, and even before, you're already back down at the DCCC dialing for dollars. Because those races, on average, are costing, in competitive races, $3–4 million for you to raise. Or if you just want to make sure that you have enough money on hand to make sure that you don't have any strong challengers, the threshold for whether or not you're a good candidate isn't the issues that you stand in, it's how much money you have in the bank. And how much will your opponents therefore have to raise in order to challenge you. So we're in this money chase. And we're in this money chase when members would far rather concentrate on the issues. There's a great deal to be said up in the House, and I think in the Senate as well. The collegiality has gone out of the place because people are spending time raising money to then run attack ads against one another. And after the most recent vote that took place in the House, and with all of the interests that were at stake there and all the money that is being spent, immediately after that, specific members were picked out, and then enormous amounts of money dumped into those specific areas to defeat those candidates because they had the temerity and the courage to vote for the health care bill. When we're rounding up, we're close to 130 signatures now, and the best place that I go to enlist people for this program is down to the DCCC as they're dialing for dollars, because as Dick points out, people are fed up with it. They want to spend time here doing what they were elected for, and that's why FINA presents such a great opportunity for us, an opportunity to reconnect with our roots, get back to what this used to be, and go through small donors. And when you can get contributions from 1,500 donors, that means you have to be back in your state. You have to be back in your district. You have to reconnect with the public who then feels that they are part of a system that works. And it's not corrosive. And it's also voluntary, as Dick points out. And so we're able to pass all the Supreme Court tests that previously have hindered the prospect of public financing coming to fruition. We feel pretty confident we're going to be able to do that in the House of Representatives come this January. Right now, we've been, as has the Senate, pretty much bogged down with health care and jobs. But we do see a great opportunity, and we think part of the backdrop for that opportunity will be the pending Supreme Court decision. And I look forward to working with our strategic partners who've been just outstanding, not only the Public Campaign, but Public Citizen, SEIU, Democracy 21, and of course, Common Cause. And the excitement amongst our members, I think, is something that I wish everyone could witness, because clearly right now they are the ones that want to see this system changed in a dramatic fashion.
Well, both of you have painted a fairly bleak picture of the problem, whether it's the power hour or whether it's dialing for dollars. Senator, tell us a little bit how FINA, how the Fair Elections Now Act would work. How would it begin to address and fix this problem?
First, it's voluntary. You don't have to be part of it. But if you volunteer to be part of it, you agree to certain limits. The most important limit that you agree to is not to accept a contribution of over $100. In order to qualify initially, based on the population of your state, you have to raise a certain number of contributions and total amount of money. So it puts you over the threshold of credibility. It doesn't allow truly fringe candidates who are going to try to take advantage of the public funds that are available here that really are not viable in terms of support within their own state. So you can collect small contributions, but you have to reach a certain threshold amount in contributions to be eligible to participate. The money's available in the primary and general elections, qualifying elections as well. And it's a matching fund that is based first on the size of your state and the number of voters, and also on your personal commitment to it. Here's what I mean. I would receive a certain number of dollars once reaching the qualifying amount that I've raised. But if I want to receive more, I then set out to solicit more $100 or less contributions, which can be matched. And so I can virtually double the amount that is originally available to me by my own initiative, but all in smaller contributions. In addition to the dollar amounts that I'm talking about coming into your campaign, there's also money that's given for media purposes and discounts on media as well. Can you be outspent? Of course you can be. But at the end of the day, I've looked at these dollar amounts and I thought I could engage in this system in my home state of Illinois, and at the end of the day be confident that I will be heard from. The people will know I'm out there. They'll hear my message. I think we have learned through some of our friends and people who aren't our friends that having all the money in the world doesn't guarantee success in politics. In my home state of Illinois, with only one possible exception, the people with the most money, self-funders who come in, don't win. They spend a fortune and they don't win. And there have been some classic examples, including the primary, Senate primary of the current president of the United States. So what I believe is if you have what is an operative amount of money, a threshold amount of money to deliver your message, you can succeed even if someone is spending an overwhelming amount against you. This public financing bill does it, and we pay for it. We believe, we have an estimate now of about $186 million, what we think it would cost to go into public financing. We impose a surcharge tax on those who are contractors with the federal government with a limitation of $500,000 on any firm, and the money can be raised to generate the support for this. I think it's money well spent. We can get into that part later. That's the basic mechanic of this Fair Elections Now Act.
And when you